Hi, people of God. If you can see me, God bless you. So let's talk about Judges 19. It's one of the darkest passages in scripture. So we'll look at the historical context. We'll summarize briefly what happened. And then we'll look at the spiritual, cultural, and psychological revelation. Historically, the book of Judges sits in a chaotic period of Israel's history. Judges 19 verse 1 tells you that. And it came to pass in those days, when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim. He took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. So no king, no consistent leadership, and widespread spiritual rebellion. So what actually happened in Judges 19? So if you read further, you'd see the story. Verse 13 tells you that they were looking to lodge in Gibeah or Ramah. Verse 15 says they decided to lodge in Gibeah, but there was nobody to take them in. In verse 18, they came in contact with an old man, and then they narrated the story of where they're coming from. And in verse 20, the old man said, "Peace be unto you. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the streets." So he brought them into his house, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink. They were having a good time. And then what happened in verse 22? Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about, and beat at the door, and spoke to the master of the house, the old man, saying, "Bring forth the man that came into thy house, that we may know him." So the men from the city surrounded the house and demanded to sexually assault the Levite. Instead of protecting life, the host offers his daughter and the concubine. The Levite ultimately sends out the concubine. She was brutally abused all night and dies. Then the Levite cuts her body into 12 pieces, sends them across Israel. So this shocked the nations into action. It says in verse 29. So why would something like that happen in the first place? I hear you wonder. Rightly so. Spiritually, it's as a result of total separation from God. Yes, that's what happens when God's laws are known but ignored. When conscience is seared, when sin is normalized. That was a visual representation of Romans 1. When